Welcome to the Pacific Northwest Geodesign Forum. I'm Tim Nyerges, Professor of Geography and Director of the Masters of GIS for Sustainability Management. I'd like to take this opportunity this morning for thanking you all for signing up, registering, being here this morning at this early hour. Hopefully a number of other people will arrive in due time, as it would be. And I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the sponsors of the activity. This event wouldn't occur, at least for the students, there is a free lunch in the world every now and again for students. Students didn't have to pay a registration fee. So the 4 colleges from the University of Washington came together, or at least units, I should say, from 4 colleges came together. The College of Arts and Sciences with the Department of Geography and the Division of Social Sciences, the Master of GIS Program for Sustainability Management within the Department of Geography. From the College of Built Environments, we have Landscape Architecture and Urban Design and Planning that are part of the Planning Committee. From the College of Engineering, we have Civil and Environmental Engineering. And as engineers, sometimes, as it would be, I'm a geographer, a would-be engineer, as the case would be, I think, all these years. The engineers sometimes have a little bit deeper pockets. They didn't even want to bother to go to their dean for money because they had enough to contribute themselves. So that was quite nice for the faculty to get together and do that. From the College of the Environment, we have the School of Environmental and Forest Sciences. And last but not least, the National Science Foundation funded project that's called the Cyber GIS Project. It goes by the formal title of Software Integration for Sustained Geospatial Innovation. And so this morning, what I'd like to do is just have a couple of minutes of a brief overview. I'm going to turn it over to Master of Ceremony Bryant Ralston just as soon as I'm done here, given that my role and responsibility is a little more coordination on an operational kind of perspective here. And Bryant will do a quick look at who's in attendance this morning. Bryant will then do the introduction of the speakers and why geodesign. Bill Miller, who essentially coined the term geodesign, at least from the story that I get. He and Jack Dangerman together had the epiphany for what this thing should be called after being around for quite so many years, actually. And I think a number of you know that. You'll see this in some other light, as the case would be. Geodesign being a new term gives an identity to the nature of some things that are going on, as it would be. And we'll have a listen from Bill in terms of what his perspective is on geodesign. And then we'll have a number of speakers talk about challenges for the geodesign community, both challenges in terms of the complex problems we face in the world these days, but also some challenges with how are we going to meet those problems. And hopefully, Mike Flaxman, I don't see Mike. Mike, are you here yet? So Mike will do a thing on methods, as it would be, hopefully at that point in time. And if not, we'll all do a thing on methods together then, as the case would be. Then we'll go into a break, going to then some quick cases, look at some case studies for geodesign, a number of speakers focusing on that. We have a buffet lunch for you that'll be out in the foyer where across from where the name tags were this morning. Then we'll have a couple of hour session, including the lunch discussion with something I call community of practice for geodesign. So we'll see whether or not we can foster more synergy, more activity here in the Pacific Northwest to move some ideas forward here, but from your own perspective. So these are ideas that you bring to the table, as the case would be. And I did, in my advertising of the event, send out some call for ideas, as it would be. So each of you has some great ideas, I'm sure, for discussion at the various tables. We'll do some report outs from those ideas and then look at what next steps may be. So be interesting to see what these next steps may be. And then wind up with some informal networking, as the case may be, as we have to vacate the space by 4 o'clock. I was assuring of the Hub Event Services that we would get out by 4 o'clock because apparently they have something else this evening of all the call for them to do that. So the Planning Committee, it is represented by 4 colleges, number of units across the 4 colleges. I'm not going to read the names, but number of great colleagues, both from inside and outside the university and the professional design community, coming together to put together this activity. And I had an opportunity to share with a number of people more nationally, and I'll say something about that more this afternoon about that.